Good evening and welcome to today's orientation session. Would like to thank you for making UGBS your choice for graduate studies. Nothing is disrupting.
Check your settings.
Thank you for making UGBS your The dean was scheduled to meet you and speak with you, but he's caught up in another meeting. And so on behalf of the dean, I welcome you to today's orientation session. Today, you're going to be taken through an orientation by our technicals team. As you are aware, university education has kind of moved online as a result of COVID. And so it is very critical that you follow through or you pay attention to the details our technical team would be delivering to you. You would need this to navigate your way here and there. And so without taking much time, I would like to invite the head of ICT unit here in the business school to take you through the next phase. Thank you again for choosing UGBS, and we wish you a very pleasurable stay. Tomorrow we are going to have an extended session where we would have all program managers speaking to you on your program and issues concerning your stay here. So if your questions are not addressed here, be rest assured that tomorrow you'd have the forum to raise these questions. Thank you.
Okay, good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Use Champon. I'm a faculty at the Operations and Management Information Systems, and I am also the ICT coordinator for the UGBS. So I will take you through this orientation, what we are going to do. So without wasting too much time, let me share my screen so that we can begin. So I will take you through this orientation, what we are going to do. So like I said, this is the ICT orientation for graduate students, and this the sandwich one for April 2021. So this is the outline for this presentation. First, I will introduce you to the UGBS ICT team. Then we talk briefly about the UGBS ICT infrastructure. Then we also look at systems administration support for students. So as a student, when you need any support, then what do you do? Then network administration support for students will also be dealt with. And then general help desk support for students. So as a student, if for instance you are struggling to register or you are having any challenge as a student, what do you do? And then we also have some frequently asked questions about our websites for both the University of Ghana and the UGBS. So the first thing I'll do is I'll talk about the UGBS ICT team. So the UGBS ICT unit is a unit under the University of Ghana Computing Services. So the UGCS is the larger body for the ICT in terms of the university. They provide all the support in terms of computing for faculty, students, and staff. But the one at the business school here is a unit of that bigger UGCS. So it's headed by an ICT coordinator and it's made up of 8 support staff. So these support staff have expertise in systems administration. Then we also have the network administration team. We have the webmaster. We also have the technicians. So if a computer develop fault and so forth, they are there to, service it. So this staff provide general IT support to faculty, staff, and then students. When issues come and is something beyond them, then they escalate it to the UGCS for redress, or sometimes we also outsource. So I'll now take you through the infrastructure that we have as a school. So this is just the infrastructure for just teaching, learning, and research. So in terms of the lecture halls, we have 42 of the lecture halls. And all these lecture halls are fitted with ultra-modern audiovisual technologies for teaching, learning, and research. And all our lecture halls have also internet connection. Then I will talk briefly about the library, because the librarian will be here to also demonstrate library facilities and what you can get most of the online resources. So we have 20 computers for learning and research in our ultra-modern library. And over there too, we have internet connection. And then it's made up of both the wired for the desktop PCs and the Wi-Fi for students with their personal devices, laptops, tablets, and smartphones, etc. So if you walk to the library, there's a desk where you can just get Wi-Fi connection that you can use for your research. If not, and you work in without it, then if any of the 20 computers is available, then you can also use it for your research. Now we also have two main computer laboratories for students. So we have the ultra-modern undergraduate laboratory, which is having 35 all-in-one computers. And we also have spaces for students to bring their own devices for internet connectivity and browsing. Then we have the bigger one, which comprises of 120 computers, and that's the other graduate campus, and it's what we call the ICT lounge. So students can learn and research in the ICT lounge, and also there you have both the wired and Wi-Fi internet connections. So at this juncture, I'll pause and call my colleague Kwame MP to come and then continue with the systems administration support for students. Thank you very much for your attention.
Okay. Okay, there's a problem with the sharing. My name is Kwame. I understand some of you are not seeing the slides, so I'm going to give me a second to share the slides. Okay, there's a problem with the sharing. My name is Kwame. I understand some of you are not seeing the slides, so I'm going to give me a second to share the slides. Okay, there's a post the share, so that is why. Okay, good evening once again. My name is Kwame, as my boss rightly said, and I'm going to take you through a few of our systems that are going to facilitate your academic journey. As my boss rightly said, and I'm going to take you through. They are not anything few of our out of the world systems that you are going to use in facilitate your academic journey. My boss rightly said, and I'm going to take you through. They are not anything few of our so I'm going to take you through our UG email system, academic journey, very important system. I'm going to take you through. They are not anything few of our so I'm going to take you through. Then also UG email what we call academic MIS very important system. I'm going to take you through the records. They are not anything few of our so I'm going to take you through. Then also UG email what we call academic MIS very important system. I'm going to take you through the records. So as a student of the University of Ghana, so I'm going to take you through. Then also UG email what we call going to take you through the records. So as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through department where so as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain going to take you department where so as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain going to take you department where so as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain going to take you department where so as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain going to take you department where so as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through please give me a second, like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through please give me a second, like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through please give me a second, like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through please give me a second, like I said, you need a certain and then two, you also need your as students of the University of Ghana, I'm going to take you through please give me a second, like I said, you need a certain Okay, so there was a small technical hitch which my attention was drawn to. So I'm going to start my presentation once again. So like I said, my name is Kwame Entry and I'm with the IT team. And I welcome you once again. I'm going to take you through a few of our IT systems that we have at the University of Ghana. One, email. This is very important. You know that when you are going through the admission process, we contact you via your phone and then by your personal email. But once you are admitted, we expect you to use the provided student email account. That is where all formal communication will be sent to. So I'll take you through how to sign into your email, change your password, etc. And then also I'll help you to go through what we call the MIS web system, which is where your academic records and your biodata and everything will be found. So let me just go back a bit. Your student PIN and number, student ID and then PIN, very important. You need this to be able to have access to most of our systems here at the University of Ghana, Wi-Fi, MIS Web, Sakai, which is our learning management system. So this is very important. You need to know your student's number and PIN all the time, off head, very important. So the student's ID and then your PIN, which is a 5-digit number, can be found on your admission letter. And if you don't have access to that, there are some instructions on the UG website that will take you to how to get access to that. And then your student email account, which I mentioned earlier, you need to activate it and start using it. So that's where you'll be sending communication to. And then on your admission letter, you've been provided the initial password for your student email account. So it starts with a capital U and then your student ID follows in some sequence. So you need to get that and then get access to your student email account. But this is going to be a very practical session. I'm going to walk you through how to do the email and then how to sign into MIS Web and do your academic registration. Now, academic registration is very, very important because if you don't do in some way, you are not considered to be a student on a particular course. So if you are doing a subject, you need to be registered on it. And you can do that through our MIS Web system. So I'm going to pause this PowerPoint presentation and then walk you through how to um, activate your UG email and then how to do your academic registration. The procedures are listed down here and we will send it to you. They are already on the UG website. If you've had time to play on the website, you should have found those processes. But then most importantly, you should have paid your fees, I think at least half before you can have access to some of these services. Okay, so let me pause this PowerPoint, and then I'll walk you through how to um, sign into your email. Okay. Second, I'll just share my screen. Desktop, where is desktop? Desktop. Okay, I have it. So desktop. Let me take you through. Yes. So I suppose you can see my screen. If you can't, let me know in the chat box that you can see my screen, and I'll fix the problem. So for your email, by now, I'm sure you know how to get to the University of Ghana website, www.ug.edu.gh. Okay. So once you're here, you find at the top right here, you have staff, students, alumni. So yours is the student side. So you go to the student portal. All right. You see here, email. If you follow my mouse pointer, you see email. Once you click on it, it will take you to Gmail. So you could have actually gone straight to gmail.com and then had access to the same resource. Oh, sorry. Gmail.com. Oh, 4Ws. Wow. Okay, so you see it's the same interface that I'm getting, but the difference with going to the university system is that we have already typed out the end part of the email for you. So you just need to type out your username. And with the kind permission of one of you, I'm going to use his student details to sign in and then demonstrate to you how this is done. I have the details on my phone, so I'll quickly check and then type it out. It was sent to me earlier today. Okay, so I have it here. So, Andrews, thank you for letting me use your details to do this. Okay, so your student email address. So you type it in like this, and then you can add the prefix, the postfix. Okay, so then you type your password. Like I said, the password is provided in your admission letter, the initial password. So once you sign in, you'll be able to change the password. So let me type the password to this fresh account. Okay, so it's wrong. So, okay, so you'll be getting this a lot. Okay, if you get this, you only need to contact us. What I have to do is to just quickly reset this password because it shows us wrong. If you give me a minute. And then one thing that also happens is that if you type a wrong ID, say you type something like this and it's wrong, it's not found in our system, that means your email account has not been created, and it will show here that Google cannot find your account. Okay, so give me a second to check on this account. Okay, so it's not working. So let me quickly walk you through the MIS web. We'll come back to this later when I'm done with this one. So for MIS web, which is where you find your academic records and where you do your registration, your student bio data and everything. On the same UG page or the business school website, you go to the top right here, you see students. You click on MIS web, it will take you to this page. All you need to do is to type in your student ID. Okay. Type in your student ID and then your 5-digit PIN. Yeah, so it will take you to this page. All right, so you have to verify the information here. If there's a wrong info, then you need to find a way, contact your programs office. They'll find a way to correct your details here. So once you check and your details are correct, you can actually upload a picture here, your picture, and then your picture will show here. This gentleman has not yet, so it will not show. So if you want to do academic registration, to select the courses that you are going to be doing in the semester. On the left-hand side here, you see registration, right? So you follow my mouse pointer. I click on registration. There are some rules here. You need to read it. Make sure that you understand the rules and you accept. If you accept the rules here, you just click on accept and it will take you to this page. You click on return, it will bring you here. So then you come back to the left-hand side, you submit a registration, all right? That is where you are going to be doing your academic registration. So you click on registration. And unfortunately, this student has not been admitted. And most of you are going to be getting this message. And you are going to be calling us in the coming weeks about this particular message here, which says that the institution has not permitted the use of this option. So it means you probably paid your fees late, or so it has not gone through our systems and you are not cleared that you have paid fees. So in that case, you contact your programs office or the department. I'm sure you have the contact numbers by now, and then they will help you to sort this out. So I may not be able to continue here, but once this went through, if this had gone through, you go through the process where you come to add subjects to a registration. All right, and you'll be able to select the courses that you are going to be doing. And then from there, you just click next, 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 and then you get to a place where you can just print proof of registration. What we call proof of registration means you have successfully registered for the semester, and you submit a copy of that paper to the academic office, and then you keep one for your own documentation. The procedure, like I said, can be found on the UG website. Okay, this procedure is in our slides. We will share with you later on so that you can go through it. Um, if you go to the business school website, you will find these steps there. So let me head back to my slides. And then, so essentially, these were the steps that you were supposed to go to, the one that I was walking through. All right. Uh, okay. Eh, Yeah. So once you're done, then you'll be through with your registration. We are going to share a link to these steps in the chat box so that you can have access to it and you not have any problems registering. But if you have any problem registering, one of my colleagues will show you how to contact us for support. Thank you very much. One of my colleagues will come to walk you through the other procedures you need to go through to have a successful semester. Thank you. What's up? What's up? What's in your man? Okay, okay. So he has given me the power to to walk this through. It's very simple. Now, once you are admitted and you have gone to the registration, this year I think lectures are going to be online. And when you're having lectures online, one of the most important tools we use here at the University of Ghana is called Sakai. A colleague of mine who is a Sakai guru is sitting here. He will walk you through into detail how Sakai works and what you need to know about Sakai. But this is just for your information. Like I said earlier on, you need your student ID and PIN to be able to access that resource. There are guidelines for Sakai. Once you log in, you get access to those guidelines. We'll also be sharing some of those guidelines on how to use Sakai later with you in your course of study. Then comes to how you are going to be studying. Over the past year, we've gotten used to uh, teaching online. And when the pandemic struck, we started experimenting with several software and started with Zoom. We used Cisco WebEx, sometimes we use Google Classroom, but now we are very much comfortable using Zoom. So that is what we are using at the moment for our online teaching. And I'm sure if you've been able to join this meeting tonight, you should have an idea how Zoom works, right? You can have Zoom on your phone, on your laptop, on your desktop. All you need is internet. For those of you who your children may have done or your friends may have done it for you, getting access to Zoom is very simple. You just open a web browser, go to Google, and then you can just search for Zoom. Okay, you can download Zoom to your phone or computer. And once you have access to it, all you need to, like we are doing right now, is to uh, get the lecture ID. Mostly when you're going to have a lecture, your lecturer will share a link with you, like we did for this meeting, and then you'll be able to join the Zoom meeting. But one thing with Zoom is that an online learning and meetings are that you need to be um, very circumspect about how you conduct yourself. I mean, your microphone should mostly be turned off unless you are going to be speaking. Otherwise, you might be saying something or someone may be doing something in your background that you don't want uh, the participants of the meeting to hear. I've read online somewhere that some people were misbehaving themselves in Zoom meetings in the office in the US and other places. So you don't want to get yourself caught up in that. And more especially, mostly some of these lectures are recorded. So if you do something untoward, you might as well find yourself on the internet how do we call it? Be trending online by doing a misdemeanor. So, like I showed you earlier, installing Zoom is very simple. And one thing that you need to be aware is that, let me check how everyone is signed in here. If you sign into a Zoom meeting or a lecture, mostly they expect that you type in your name. Either you sign in, you create a Zoom account and you sign in so that your name will show and then we know who is there. Over here, I can see some people who have signed in with Galaxy A11, and so we may not be able to refer to you. If your lecturer wants to call on you, he may not be able to call you. So you need to sign in with your real name so that your lecturers will be able to identify you. Okay, so I think that is it about Zoom. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section and we will attend to it. Now, let me also talk to you about one more thing, Wi-Fi on campus. Mostly you're not going to be on campus, but you can come around if you need to use the resources here. We have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi. Some of the classrooms are usually open and you will be able to access Wi-Fi freely. But like I said earlier, you should have paid your fees and done academic registration before you can have access to Wi-Fi on campus. Okay, and if you need access to Wi-Fi, once you get on campus, I believe anywhere on campus, once you turn on your Wi-Fi, you see a student SSID, a Wi-Fi name. So all you need to click on it or you tap on it on your phone, and then you type in your student ID as a username, and then pin your 5-digit pin will be your password, and then you click on connect, and you will be able to have access to Wi-Fi. There's one issue about Android phones. For those of us using Android phones, there are a few settings that you need to go through. Uh, if I get a time again, I'll run you through how to do that. Or if you happen to be around, you call on us. We will show you how to go through that process. But with iPhone, normally you just type in your student ID and then the PIN, and you're good to go. I'll end it here for one of my colleagues to come and continue. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Constance Frimpoma Domfet. I'm with the ICT team. Um, I'm here to walk you through the IT support for students. Um, Basically, the ICT team is here to support you with your online activities. So for all IT related issues, you can just go to our website and check on our frequently asked questions, or you can send your complaints to this Google form here. Let me demonstrate it for you to see. Okay, this is how the form looks like. Student issues form. Where you see red, it means it's required. So first, you give us your student ID, your student name, your student email address. That is the school's email address that we have given you, not your personal email. Please note that one. You should please give us your student email address that we have given you. Then student type, masters. And then you specify your program and then add your phone number so that in case of anything, we can just call and communicate with you to see how best we can solve your issue. And then you come down here, problem type, whether it's email, Sakai, MIS web. Basically, these are the three main problems that you'll be facing. So you can choose any of them, and then you give a brief description of how the problem is, and then you submit. And my team will be backstage, will help you to. We'll help solve your issue for you. Now let's go on. We have ICT lunch, which I am the head of it. We have it at graduate school, graduate floor at the graduate building on the UPS road. I hope you know there. It's very spacious. We have school's machines there. You can also bring your own devices like laptop, smartphones, and tablets. And then we have IT staffs in there to support you with your IT needs. And we also have rules and regulations in the lab that you have to adhere to, please. I will now call the webmaster to walk you through how the website is being designed. So please hold on for him. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Constance. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the UGBS. My name is Gabriel Joe Okenu, and I'm the webmaster. I'm going to take you through UGBS website and all the content available for your consumption. So stay with me as I take you through. All right. So the UGBS website can be accessed by going to Google and typing UGBS in the search button. The first link will take you to UGBS. So I can just go to Google like this and just type UGBS. So the first link, like I said, will take you to the UGBS website. All right, so when you come to the website, the first thing you see is the homepage. And now you can see that the homepage has a lot of content, and this is what I'm going to take you through. Most of you have visited the website before. That is one of the reasons why you got to know about the sandwich courses and some of the programs that we offer. That is why you were able to come join the UGBS family. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the programs. So when you come to the navigation tab, we have the programs, and under the programs, we have the EMBA programs, we have the MA programs, MBA and MPA programs, we have MPhil programs, MSc programs, and PhD programs. So for example, when you click on the MA programs, it has a page on its own. When you come to the MA programs, we have the types of the MA programs that we run. We have MA marketing strategy, we have MA management and administration. Okay, so if we come down here, we have timetables for some of these programs that was run last academic year here available. Current ones will be uploaded very soon. We also have this button that says click to apply. When it's your first time you visit the website, most of you got here to be able to apply for the courses. All right, so just as this is displayed for MA programs, when you go to MPhil programs, we also have a list of all the MPhil programs available in our school, and you can click on each of them and you can read about the courses, the number of years the courses are being run, the requirements for you to be able to enter the program. You can get contact of the department and call them here. Okay, when you come to the sidebar here, you can get contact of the faculty. For example, contact us accountant, you can get department of accountant. The numbers are here, office numbers are here. You can call them. All right. So now let's go to department. The EGBS has 6 different departments. We have the accounting department, finance department, marketing and entrepreneurship, OHRM, that is organization and human resource management, OMIS, operations and management information system, public administration and health service management. All right, so for example, when I click on the OMIS, it takes you to the OMIS page where you have all the information about OMIS. Contact here at the down button. We have quick links to the EGBS home website. We have quick links to the MIS where my other colleagues took you through. We also have links to the Sakai LMS. Okay, so anywhere you are on the website, any where you want to go to, it's easier for you to navigate. Anything that you want, you'll be able to get it on our website. So spend time on the UGBS website, and everything that you need, you'll be able to get it. If you have difficulties and any other questions also, our IT help desk is there. You can call and we can assist you through. So now let's continue to the next item on the tab. So faculty here, we have faculty by profile. For example, if you want to get to know the faculty or the lecturers taking you through the courses, you can come to faculty by profile. And they are in alphabetical order. You can search for faculty with these alphabets here. So if I click on B right now, it gives me faculty with how do you call it, this particular session. Okay, so for example, if I click on Dr. Anita, you can see her profile and the courses she takes, her research, the teaching, some of the books and other publications that she has done, all that. Okay, so this is where you can get access. You can also do faculty by how do you call it, department. Okay, so for that one, let me just go to the EGBS home, then take you back there. Faculty by department, if you click on this tab again, it's a faculty by department. And now you can come down here and select, for example, marketing entrepreneurship. So the list of all these faculty belongs to faculty, marketing entrepreneurship. And you get to know all those who are taking you through some of the programs that you've applied for. Okay. So now the next tab is research. So the research tab also has a lot of items on it. We have the publications, doctoral research, seminar series. We have research funds. The newest one I want to talk about is the working paper series. It's just recent, and some of these things you can just get time, download them, and read what faculty has been researching into. Okay, so all these ones are available to you. And then the next tab is the UGBS library, which I wouldn't really talk much about. Our librarian will be around soon to take you into details, all the content and the resources available to you in the UGBS library. So for example, if you come to article request, he would take you through how to request for articles and all that you need. There are contact numbers also there that he will talk to you about, that if you have issues, you can call and they would assist you with. All right. So here we have the alumni tab. I'm sure, God willing, once you're done with your program, soon enough you become UGBS alumni, and this particular tab would be important to you so that you can come here and access the alumni network. Okay, if you realize when we opened the site for the first time, there was the alumni QR code that if you are part of UGBS alumni, you can scan and join the UGBS alumni. All right, so this particular tab is a new website we created for the finance department. Is financial awareness website, International for Improving Financial Awareness Literacy, University of Ghana. You can also have time and check that out, and they have a lot of resources to help the finance students here. All right, so let's continue. And now what I want us to talk about is the frequently asked questions on our website that my madam spoke about. So I want to take you to where you can find them. Okay, so on the UGBS website, you can just type FAQs like this, and it will bring you to the FAQs. Then on the FAQs page, or even before that, if you find it difficult when you come to the UGBS homepage, you can just scroll down here on this sidebar, we have frequently asked questions. You can click on it to still take you there. All right. And for those of you who are very good in browsing, you can just type FAQs, attach the UGBS website URL, and to take you there. So when you come here, we have a lot of frequently asked questions that most students face. Okay, so these are all what we've gathered for you. So if you come here, what you need to do is that you just have to go through the questions. If you think it's a lot for you, and maybe you have a problem with Sakai, you can just type Sakai in the search tab, and Sakai pops up. Okay, so every question, mostly asked questions, are frequently asked questions students ask us about how do you call it, Sakai is here, and how to how to follow through to assist yourself is also here. All right, so here's this one, how to access Sakai. Visit this URL here, log in using your student ID and PIN. For guidelines on how to use Sakai, access the following link here. All right, so this link actually takes you to a Google Drive folder with all these tutorial information about how to access Sakai. All right, so if you go to the Sakai LMS itself, there's a student guide there that will lead you to all these information also. So basically, the FAQs is there to assist you with all your issues that you'll be facing. All right, when you come down here on the footer, we have contacts that you can call if you want to reach any of our office numbers. We also have quick links to the department, student association, short courses, the UBS faculty, IT support, FAQs again here. All right, so that is about it for the website navigation. Now I would invite the librarian to come and take you through extensively some of the content we have on UGBS library so that you would update yourself with how to use it. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, Kwame here again. Okay, the librarian is here, so just let's welcome him to do his presentation. Yes.
All right. Good evening to you all, and welcome to the UGBS. I know you are all here in spirit, so I welcome you. And taking you to the library, I will not have much time to do a presentation for now. I want to use this opportunity to let you know that we have what it takes for a very spacious and conducive library, which will enable you do your academic work very comfortable. We have a big space, we have the resources, that's the men, we have the tools to give you all that you need for your work here. You will realize that the issue now is not about information, it's about having the techniques, having the skills, having the knowledge to find the right information for whatever program or whatever work you want to do. So that is what we'll be taking you through, help you to locate information in terms of databases that the university have subscribed, and then those that are free on the internet, helping you to be able to navigate through the internet and get good information, peer-reviewed information, both books and then also journal articles, books by our faculty members, and also books that we can get outside of this institution or outside of the country. So we'll be taking you through that. We'll be having webinars and then help you to be able to get the right information. As part of our mandate, we will also be taking you through the ethics of academic writing. We will help you uphold the integrity of the business school, not only the business school, but the university as a whole. So we will help you get you through the various software that can help you. The university have a software We'll teach you how to manage your own work as you go along so that you will not plagiarize. We'll keep you with how you can do your referencing very well, which also is part of your academic integrity. If you don't do it well, sometimes you may plagiarize either knowing or unknowingly. So we will also help you to do that, help you through other um, softwares that are available for you to use within the system. You realize that we'll be operating or we are operating two campuses. Those of you who might have passed here, during the first year, we have the main campus and then we have the graduate unit over there. In any case, you are quite free, whichever you want to, whichever library you want to access. And in all the libraries, we have the men to assist. There is Wi-Fi for you. We have also PCs, which you can use. Those of you who want to use our PCs, you can also use that, and then you can get the information you are looking for. Like I said, very soon we'll keep you so that you can be on your own. But as and when you need any assistance, we will take you through. The gentleman just mentioned about the article request. Yes, we will take you through that to know if you need an article which is not available. As part of the fees, you can get that article being given to you from other source without you paying anything for that. We also encourage you, as my fellow staff said earlier, that you make use or activate your UG mail. You realize that everything you will be doing here, or if you want some of the software that is institutional, and that by that you can get the best out of that, you need to access that through the UG mail. And then if you want to also access your Turnitin and all those things, it's also through your UG mail. If you want to make an article request, you need your UG mail. So from day one, activate your UG mail. We don't want you, otherwise you come running at the time that you need something very urgently. When your UG mail is not activated, that will cause you quite an embarrassment or will delay you. So let us also work on that. The rules are there. And sometimes we think that when we are going higher, there are no rules. The rules work still in the library. We don't eat in the library. We don't smoke. We don't drink in the library. We dress decently to the library. We don't wear shoes that disturbs our colleagues. Some high heels that by the time you are 100 meters away, everybody knows that you are coming. We try to minimize on that so that you don't disturb yourself. We have rooms that you can make discussions. Other than that, we don't just discuss anywhere. We don't receive calls in the library. You put your mobile phones on silence or vibration, and then on receiving a call, you walk out, and then you can get your work being done. We will also, again, train you to help you on other issues beyond just materials that you can get here. There are other websites that will introduce you where you can get books. Today, like I said, full textbooks you can get online. Very huge, textbook that those days you can even get to buy. Today you can get it online, which you can download sometime for a week or 2 weeks. Some of them you can download in perpetuity. You can read it as and when you want to. Some we have purchased, the investors have purchased. Some are on free databases that you can also access them. We encourage you to make yourself available whenever there's any webinar. You can also come together. The various programs, those who are in the helm of affairs, that is the course leaders and things, can organize and then can let us know that you need this training, you need that instruction, and we are always available to take you through. The library staff are always available. The opening hours is from 8 to 10 p.m. and when there's examination, we extend it. As of now, examination is going on, and we open the library even on Sundays so that our students can get much time and then prepare for the work. So the library welcomes you once again, and then we are available. We'll take you through. There is no point to be down. There's no point to be so stressed. that you don't get information. Information is there. Let us know, and let us know your needs, and get in touch with us. And we'll also get in touch with you and make sure that you have a present and then memorable stay on campus. I wish you all the best.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yusuf Amadou. You can call me Elijah, that's my common name. I'm part of University of Ghana e-learning team, which manages University of Ghana learning management system called Sakai. Sakai is a platform we use for teaching and learning and research. So as a student at the University of Ghana, this is what I'm going to use for teaching and learning. And now in the COVID era, we are all online students, and the platform we are going to use is Sakai. So I'm going to walk you through the Sakai interface, what you can do. This is just a brief of Sakai. We need about 10 hours to go through Sakai, or the maximum. So I'm going to take you through just the interface of Sakai. Then later on, if you have more time, you can join the student trainer on Sakai. Let me quickly go to Sakai website, which is sakai.ug.edu.gh. Then you press enter. So when you go to Sakai homepage, you need a student ID and a PIN to log in. So on the top right corner of the page, you enter the student ID and your PIN. This one's will be given to you once you register as a student. On your admission letter, you have your PIN and your ID on it. And make sure you activate your University of Ghana email address, as you find it difficult to use Sakai. So this Sakai interface, when you log in, on the top right corner of the page, you see your name there. It means you are in on Sakai. Then on the left side, you see home, and you see some tabs on top of the page. These tabs are course. They are called course code. Sakai, we use course code, don't use course title. So we have maybe UGBS 102, UGBS 805, and so on and so forth. These are course code. So to go to any course, you just click on the tab and you are in there. But let me show you quickly how you can what? Check if your email address is correct, if your details are correct on Sakai. When you go to Sakai, go to the left side of the page, you have home. Click on home. Then go down, you see account. Click on account. Account displays your ID, your first name, last name, email address. Check if everything is correct, then you are through. If you find anything wrong here, click on modify details. Then you can change your information. When you are done, don't forget to enter your password or your PIN, else it will take effect. So I'm going to enter my PIN here. It means I've made changes to this one, and click what? Modify details. So if your ID, if your name or your email address is wrong on Sakai, you go to home, go to account, then modify details, make the changes, then click on what? Update details. Okay. Now, if you cannot find any of your course up here, go to membership under home. You see all the courses there. You just click on it and that course will open. As I said, you can also click on any tab here to go to the course site. More so, you can also use a search at the top right corner of the page to search for a course. So you just click on sites. You see all the sites you are a member of. If the course is not displaying here, you type the course code, maybe CSIT 402. Then you have it, just click on it, then you are in there. Okay. Now, Sakai team have developed a course site for students where you can go and learn most of the thing yourself. It is called Students Sakai Training. And each student is going to be part of it. Once you register to go together, you're going to have the course site. So if you want to learn more on Sakai, when you log in, look for Student Sakai Training course site. The title is Student Sakai Training. Just click on it. Then on the left side of the page, you have all the tools there that you can use to learn on Sakai. You have ask question. If you have any challenge, you go there and ask a question. There's a form here to ask a question. We have course syllabus for this course. We have UGB library system. If you want to go to University of Ghana library, you can go straight from Sakai, this course site. We have topic 1, how to log in Sakai. Topic 2, how to reset your password. Topic 3, announcement, commons, which is like a social media on Sakai. We have chat room where you can communicate with your mates on the course. We have forum, which is one of the assessments on Sakai. So we have 3 assessment tools on Sakai: forum, assignment, tests, and quizzes, which we are going to be taking through some of this. So you can, when you go to this site, you can learn it yourself, you teach yourself, and you can take what? A test or assessment tool on this site. For example, when you go to forum, there's a forum question here. Go through how to do it, then you scroll down, you take what? You click on the forum topic, you read the instruction, click on add, start new conversation, then you can type your title and what? Add your thought to the topic for discussion. And as I said, when you go to the forum, how to do this forum or how to post to the forum, we have the instruction here. When you have the procedure, just click on this link, you can learn it yourself. As well as assignment, which is a key thing you're going to do. Every course, every lecture is going to give you an assignment. And now that we are online students, most of us, even take-home examination is going to be on Sakai through assignment. So this is very, very important too. You can learn it yourself by clicking on the procedure, then go to this link, then learn it yourself. Like when we are done, go to, there's an activity here, take an assignment, then to show you how you can do an assignment. And now you can even submit through Turnitin. Turnitin is an application which you need more time to learn. Maybe one of your courses may become there to take you through Turnitin. It's a key you have to know. It's you to check your work, whether you have copied somebody's work or not. It's you to check somebody's work that you have copied or you have copied somebody's work on the internet. It's able to check and do the correct work. It's what Turnitin. It's part of Sakai, which we are going to add it through a course site called RCOM, where you can check your work before you can submit for final grading. The next one is tests and quizzes. It's another tool for assessment, where you can take a live test. Then when you are done, automatically you see your response or your results in the grade book. You can learn it by clicking on this link to learn it. And that's why you can take a test here to see how it works. So you can click on beginning assessment, then click on the answer, follow the instruction on the screen, one after the other. When you're done, you submit for grading. Then when you are done, you see your scores, freely. So you have resources on Sakai where you can check your course materials. Every lecture is going to put lecture materials, reading materials, articles, and so on and so forth. And the resources too. So if you want to download your course materials, go to resources, where you can find them and download them straight away. It's easy. And to do it, you can click on the link to learn it. My time is up. You can go to polls, forums, and the rest. As I've told you, you have all the links here. So when you have opportunity and you are being added to the course site after you have paid your fee and register on MIS, you'll be part of this course and you can learn it yourself. I don't think I can take any question. If there are more questions, you. Okay, we'll do general questions. So if you have any question, go to chat room, leave your question there. Then during the question time, then we can answer a question for you. Thank you very much for your time.
Right. Kwame back again. I guess this has been insightful. We are going to be accepting your questions. If you have any question, you can drop it in the chat box. My colleagues will be responding to it. And those of you who want to talk and ask questions too, we take a few of them, and then we will get back to you later on with further answers. So I see that Henrietta is up. So what I'm going to do is that I'll ask you to unmute your microphone where you see that you unmute it, and then you can ask your question. Okay, so Henrietta, go ahead. Can you hear me, Henrietta?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, please hold on, let me check something. There's a problem with
All right.
the speaker. Okay, Henrietta, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me now? Hello.
Your sound is very low. Give me a second. Henrietta, please try again. Let me see.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I still cannot hear you.
Hello.
Henrietta, if you can hold on for me, let me listen to Eben and come back to you.
Hello, can you hear me? This is Ebenezer, sorry.
It's coming by smoke, so increase it from here or here.
Can you hear me now?
Well, these are the perks of teaching online. You get this a lot, so bear with us.
Yeah. Can you hear now? It appears that my colleagues can hear me, but the host cannot.
Okay,
Hello?
let me use my phone.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay. Eben.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Eben. Okay, Eben, please go ahead.
All right. So my question has to do with the email setup. I've tried everything, but it doesn't work out. It says my account has not been activated. So in that case, I know you mentioned a form that we need to fill out to get some help. I don't know where we can get that form.
Yeah, the Google form.
Yes. And I don't know if there's a reason why the email addresses are not activating. Is it that you've not completed activating the email accounts from your end, or there's a peculiar problem?
Yes, for email, they are being created, okay? Normally, sandwich courses is a crash course, so we have very short period of time to do all these things, but they are all going to be sorted along the way. Some of them were created today, and the team working on it are still going through it. So you should expect that in the coming days, the emails will be created. But if you find that it has not been created, like my colleague ran you to some few minutes ago, the Google form is there. You can fill it, and then we will attend to you. I hope you got the link to the Google form.
No, I don't know if you can pin it or you can put it in the chat so that
we will share it in the chat.
All right. So thank you very much.
In the chat, yeah.
Thank you. That's all I have. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Henrietta, I'll take you now.
So hello, good evening. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so good evening to all of us. And my question is, on the WhatsApp page, a list of courses was shared on the page, semester 1. There are about 7. I just wanted to find out what courses we are supposed to register for, whether it's those 7 courses, because I see it as course code, and then so those are the 7 that will be registering. Is that all?
I get it. You know what? Tomorrow there's going to be an academic orientation.
Yes.
So the dean, the school administrator, the graduate school, they are going to walk you through those things. Today we were focused on IT issues to get you started.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You need not ask tomorrow to be answered.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. So like I said earlier, if you don't put in your real name, it will be difficult to call you. I see a Note 20 Ultra. So Note 20 Ultra, please, let's hear you. Unmute yourself.
All right, sorry about that. Good evening. My name is Eugenia. So I was trying to move along with you as you were demonstrating how we can get on the UGBS website and then how we can register for our courses and other things students, should know. But I could not access the website. I don't know if it is choked as a lot of students are trying to access. I kept getting one error message or the other. So I don't know if it's a standard problem or it's because we're having an orientation and a lot of students are trying to hang on to the network. I don't know what exactly it is. So if you can help, thank you.
So I've just typed in the UG website in the chat box right now. You can access it. It's just www.ug.edu.gh. I don't know what you were trying to do, but UG website is always up. The number of students cannot bring it down. It's always up. So please try again, or let us know the peculiar problem that you were facing. Okay, so I'm going to type the UGBS website so that you can access it. Okay, thank you. Dennis.
Yes, sir. Yeah, good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, are we having all the 6-week teaching online?
Yes, any
That's my question.
concerning academic should be tendered in tomorrow.
Should be
It's a
tomorrow.
weekly academic meeting. Some of us are not
Oh,
competent enough to answer
oh,
academic
okay.
questions. We are IT
All right.
and library people. Thank you. Emmanuel.
All right. All right.
Good
Emmanuel.
evening, sir.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Please, I'm Emmanuel Nyakwotri.
Okay.
Some of us couldn't join early, so the email activation, we couldn't get the explanation. So if there's an opportunity for us to know. Also, with the course registration, I've paid 50% of my fees, but I'm still not able to register in the course. And the last one, I don't know if it falls under academic. I don't know if we can email the proof of registration if we are able to register the courses, or we still have to come there in person to submit it. Please, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. And I think Herita too made mention of WhatsApp group. It seems most of us are not on the WhatsApp group.
Okay. So
Your mic is muted.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ima?
Yes, please.
Ima?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's a technical hitch.
I can hear you.
Okay, I guess you can hear me. So, like I was saying, for WhatsApp, the programs office will handle that. So, if you have the contact numbers of the programs officers, we are going to put their contact numbers in the chat box so that you contact them. They will put you in the various WhatsApp groups. Was there another question you were asking?
Yeah, I said I've paid 50% of my fees, but I'm still not able to register the courses.
Yes, course registration. Have you paid your fees?
Yes, I've paid 50% of it.
Okay, so we will attend to that. We will get in touch with the accounts officers. And then sometimes when these things happen, is because there's a delay in reconciliation of your fees in our system. So we will get our accounts officers to attend to you. I'll take down your details. I think you are Emmanuel Nyako, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll get them to contact you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. And
for those of you who have similar issues, we will get in touch with you and get those ones resolved. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I also asked if we are able to register the courses, the proof of registration. Are we supposed to bring it in person or we can email it?
Okay, let me get a word from the programs officer. Okay, and then I'll give you a response in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
And my last question.
You have a lot of questions.
Go on. Actually, it was the first question, but because you didn't get it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Some of us couldn't join the meeting early.
Yeah.
So the activation of the email address, we couldn't go through with you. So if there is a means that we can.
Okay. The video is being live streamed on YouTube right now. If you go to YouTube, okay, you search for University of Ghana Business School, you get this video and previous ones that we've done years before. So yeah, and it's the same process. So you get how to do that. It's very simple. You just go to Gmail and type in your email address and then the password.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Aku Sika.
Hello.
Yes, Aku.
Greetings to everyone. Okay, so after I paid, I emailed the receipts to the program email address. And I think I was expecting a response that will probably give me a PIN so that I can go ahead and access the student email address. So I didn't get any response, and I don't know how to get the PIN, the 5-digit PIN.
The 5-digit PIN.
Yes.
Do you have your admission letter?
Yeah, the letter, yes. Not from the first letter, I was told that when I submit the receipt, I'll be given a formal admission letter. I've not gotten that one.
Okay, so those will be handled by the programs office or the department that you belong to. So I'm sure you have their contacts.
Yes, I emailed the receipt to them as directed on the letter, but I haven't received any response.
Yes, there's no panic. Okay, in the coming weeks, we will address all those issues. Okay. Don't panic. Can we get more technical questions? The academic issues will be addressed tomorrow. There's another session tomorrow which will address all academic issues. So if there's a technical question on what we did today, you can ask it. Okay, Infinix Hot 9.
My name is Abdulaziz Abubakar.
Yes.
My question had to do with the email address. So something you put it and then it will send it to Google. You realize that you may not be able to access it, and then the Google will be telling you your email address is invalid or something of that sort.
Yes.
These are the challenges. And because of that, I have not been able to register as well.
Okay. So that's what I said earlier. If the addresses are being created, you know, some of you paid fees late. So those ones, it takes a long time, you know, it goes through a system for some of our colleagues at the central office to handle those ones. So it will be created. If it's not created in a day or two, if you try to access it a day or two and it's still not created, you can go to our
What I mean is that I have the email address, all right. I was given my old email address that I was using when I was in school, undergraduate. So I used the same thing. That was what was in my formal or final graduate admission letter.
Were you saying something?
I used the same thing with the same password, but I'm still not getting my way through.
Yes, so it's the same issue. Okay, so go to the Google form and tell us. There may be a few of you who have those issues. So if you do, just go to the Google form and let us have your details and we attend to you.
Okay. But you wouldn't mind if someone come to campus by himself?
Oh, coming to campus, well, students are here, you can come, but we don't want all of you to come around. Okay, so you can call the programs office. You tell them you are coming, they will be ready to see you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, we are
That's
all
my
trying
question.
to protect ourselves. Thank you. Love, Jima.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
So, yes, I have two issues. I have paid my fees in full. That was like 2 weeks ago. I got my official admission letter today, but I'm unable to register on the MIS web.
Okay, so you have your student ID and the PIN.
Yes, my student ID and my PIN.
So what does it say? Were you following the presentation? Or does it give the same response as was shown?
Yeah, the same response you got when you were doing the
Yeah.
presentation.
So when you get that feedback, it means that there's been a challenge in reconciling your fees. You've paid all right, but there's a small lag in the reconciliation process. They will sort it out in a matter of a day or two. So don't worry. You help all of us.
Okay. Thank you. My second question is the Sakai. I tried logging in and I got invalid login as a feedback.
Okay, so it's the same issue. It's the same issue with the student ID and PIN. Once that is resolved, you'll be able to sign in. Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
same student ID.
Okay.
Thank you. Electra Lovson.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, and please, my problem is with the email. So my main problem is the email goes to, but the password, it says incorrect. Okay, that's what it says. And with my MIS web, I'm able to log in, but with the registration process, watching the presentation, you realize that you go to registration, I think rules and regulations, and you have to accept. There's a button to accept.
Yeah.
But in my case, I'm not able to accept. Like, there's no option for me to accept.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if that option is not there, you just go to the left hand side, like I will show you, and then click on submit registration. You'll be able to register.
Okay, but with mine, there's no other option. When I go to the rules and regulations, the option that I have is to print.
Okay. Electra, what I'll ask you to do is to give us your details in the Google form that my colleague talked about. Okay.
Okay.
We'll call you back.
Okay, thank you.
iPhone.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, iPhone.
Okay. Please, my name is Akusia.
Okay, Akusia.
And I think someone has already mentioned my problem.
Okay.
Yeah, but your answer wasn't clear.
Okay.
The issue is that I paid my fees and then I haven't gotten my official admission letter. I haven't gotten anything. The only thing I got was an email asking me to join this Zoom to be able to have an orientation. But unfortunately, I joined in very late because I thought the time was 5. I just realized it was 4.
No
so
problem.
I joined in at 5. And so, like, I'm totally lost. I don't know anything about the PIN and the email address. Like, I'm just green here.
No problem, Akusia. So what we're doing today is the first part of 2 events that we are doing. Today, we are trying to show you around the technical side of things as regards IT and then library research. Tomorrow, there will be an orientation which is solely on academic, okay? So tomorrow, this question that you're asking will be answered tomorrow. So join at 4 tomorrow.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Fifi, let's hear you. If Fifi is not ready,
I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, good evening. Okay, so I'm trying to access my admission letter itself. So such that I'm on the admission page, the admission portal, and I can't get access. It tells me 400, sorry, page not found.
Okay.
So yes, I've been trying it since I think 12 noon.
I'll find out from my colleagues and I will give you a response in the course of time.
That's fine.
Yeah, but you join tomorrow and admission and academic issues will be addressed.
That's fine.
Thanks, Kezia.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening,
So
Kezia.
my question also revolves around the email. So I have the email address, but when I try logging into Gmail, it says Google cannot find the email address.
Okay, so like I said, for all those who it says Google cannot find, it means your Gmail account, your student email account has not been created. And like I said, the team is working around the clock to create all of them. There are a lot of you, so please give us a day or two. If in a fortnight's time it's not created, just give us your details on a Google form. We'll fix it for you.
Okay, I have a follow-up question. So the institution gave a week for registration, and now that we have like the email address not working with most of the resources not available, is it possible to have like an extension of the registration period? Because I believe these inadequate resources are kind of preventing us from adhering to the institution's rules.
Yeah, you're right. So I think the institution has heard you. The institution will respond. We are a human institution. We know how these things work. So definitely, I'm sure there'll be an extension. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
All right. Charles's iPhone. Let's hear you, Charles.
Hello, can you hear
Charles.
me?
Yeah, Charles.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Charles. Let's hear you.
Yes, thanks so much for the opportunity. Yes, please, my problem had to do with the WhatsApp page. Listening to the WhatsApp page, listening to the questions. I'm just realizing the WhatsApp page has been created, and some of us are not part of those pages. So it means we may have to rely on our friends for information. So if you can help us to get ourselves on the various WhatsApp pages.
All right. We'll do that. Thank you, Charles.
Right, thank you.
Annie. I can't mention your name. Annie.
Hi, sorry. Good evening.
Good evening.
And so I just realized that my issue is the same as everybody. I've paid, but I just can't access anything. And so, like you said, we should give you a day or two. And I'm hoping a day or two is actually a day or two and not a week or two.
Yeah, so what I said was that give us a day or two. After a day or two, if you try and it's not working, let us have your details via our Google form, and then we can get your contact. You see, right now I don't have the phone number or anything to call you back. So if in a day or two you don't get it, just sign in on the Google form. Let's have your details and we'll get back to you. Are you okay, Annie?
Yeah, I'm just a bit, because if we've paid for 2 weeks and a week and still setting up an email is an issue, then I really don't know how.
They are working on it. Right now, if you were watching earlier on when I was going to my presentation, I tried to sign into one of the accounts and it wasn't working. So I quickly
it wasn't working.
The team who are working on it fast track that one for me so that I can use it for my presentation. It's active now. I can try signing in. You can use it. So, like I said, give us a day or two. If that does not work, let us have your details where they go for your address.
Okay, thank you.
Don't panic. We are here. Sort it. Hamza. Hamza. Okay. Aqua.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my issue has to do with internet. Since most of the classes are going to be online, I think I heard you saying we can only have access to the internet when we come to campus. some few minutes ago, you were asking us not to come to campus. So how is that balancing off? Does it mean we have to do most of the accessing ourselves?
Well, like I said, I think some of you have access to internet. The few of you who don't have access to internet can come to our library, use our library, and then other reading rooms. Campus, the business school. We have our graduate building. I think my boss showed you how our graduate building at the UPC junction. I think once lectures start, we usually open a few rooms for students who want to come around to do their personal study. So, yeah, a few of you with COVID-19 protocols being observed, when you come around, you get you a small corner to sit. Yeah, you can have access to the Wi-Fi. I think most of you have access to the Wi-Fi facilities already. So those few of you who don't, if you come, you'll find a place for you, socially distanced places for you. Thank you. Ofori Yebua Ophelia Ama. Nice name.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Ofori.
Okay, my question is not technical, but I'm hoping that you can answer this one. It's on
Okay, can you speak up a bit for me?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. Loud and clear.
Okay. So it's on my admission letter, the concerning points, the last point, 14. It says that I should indicate acceptance of this offer of admission to the dean and copy my head of department as soon as possible. So I don't know how I'll be able to do that. And then also, I remember that they said that if you pay your fees, then it means that you've accepted the offer. So I don't know if I will need to do this or it's just there. Thank you.
Okay, so on your letter, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. I don't have the competency to answer this question. The academic office will return on this. I've taken it down, so I'll forward it to the academic office to get in touch so that tomorrow's events they will address that issue. Okay.
Okay. And please, my last question. I'd like to know when lectures will begin, and is it going to be evening and weekends or like every day? Thank you.
Again, I'm not fully informed on this, but I know for sandwich programs, it's going to run. It's a sandwich program, so it's a very short program. So it's very tight. It's going to run from Monday to Sunday, I think. And but during the weekdays, it's a limited time. But on weekends, normally it's the whole day. On Saturdays and on Sundays.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow they will address this in detail.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Ziba. Ziba, kindly unmute yourself and let's see.
Good evening.
Yes.
You and all the participants. My question has to do with the Zoom.
Yes.
Are all the lectures going to be on Zoom, or Sakai will also be part of it?
Yes. So
and if they are all going to be on Zoom, will it be? Can you expand the chance so that every student can participate?
Yes.
Because the limited number has made some of us join very late.
Yeah, I understand. So
if
Zoom
is going to be on Zoom,
Zoom is where
will it be possible for you to expand it?
Yes, sir. So all lecturers have at least a Zoom account that can take up to 300 participants. Okay, so and most of your lectures you may not be more than 300, so that can accommodate most of you. But the difference between Zoom and the Sakai is that Sakai is a platform where your lecturers are going to upload your learning materials, and you may be doing some tests and quizzes. You have a forum to chat with your colleagues. So Sakai is where the platform that is going to manage your students and lecturer resources. Okay, but Zoom, like we are using now, is where the delivery is going to take place. So your lecturer will schedule a a session like we are doing today, you have the lectures, and then sometimes he will also upload a recording of the lecture on Sakai, where you can access the lecture from. So that's the difference between Zoom and Sakai. That's a small difference that I can explain.
A follow-up question on that.
Yeah.
So that means they are supposed to be moving simultaneously.
Not simultaneously. Okay, my boss is here. He will just address this. He's a lecturer, so he knows.
Yeah, so hello, Ziba.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Ziba.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you well, sir.
Okay, yeah. So the Sakai is a learning management system. So what it means is that's where we upload all the resources in terms of the lecture materials, the lecture slides, the course outline, examination, all assessment, assignments, and so on and so forth. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
But the Zoom is a platform that we are using to deliver the lecture. So unlike you coming to classroom for face-to-face interaction with the lecturer, the Zoom enables us to do the virtual one. So in essence, that's the difference. So lecturers can decide to record the Zoom and then upload it to the Sakai LMS, like my colleague said, so that you can play back at any point in time. But if the lecturer did not record the Zoom and did not upload on Sakai, then it's gone. So it's like the Zoom platform enables us to do the live interaction with students. Do you get it now?
Delivery of lecture delivery.
Yes. So the Zoom is a platform for delivery. But during the delivery, we record and then we come and upload to the learning management system, which is the Sakai. And that's where the resources and everything is. Do you get it now?
Yes, sir. I'm now clear, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ziba. If you have any more questions, you can always contact us. Let's take about 5 more. Okay, 5 more, and then we'll get back to you tomorrow. You get more answers tomorrow. So let's hear from Sam Gazy. If Sam is not ready, let me hear from Tony.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Tony.
Yeah. I just want to know, is it too late to make payment? I have not yet paid my fees. And then, what's the grace period for the payment and registration?
This is an academic issue. Kindly join tomorrow. This answer will be given tomorrow. It's in their slide. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they will respond to it tomorrow. Laurentia.
Good evening.
Good evening, Laurentia.
I don't know if this question has already been asked, but it has to do with the registration of courses.
Yes.
So when you go on your MIS web and you get to the point where you have to find your program, there's this error that pops up. So you're not able to go further to go on with the registration. I just want to know if it's also an IT problem that will be rectified later on, or is another issue.
Is it the error that says the institution has not permitted you to use this something? Is it that one?
No, it says system error occurred. Please report to administration. Then it gives some digits.
Okay. Laurentia, I've not seen this error before. What I'm going to do is I will send you a private chat.
Yes, please.
For you to contact the programs office, and then we'll look into it. So I'll send you a contact number to the programs office.
Okay. And one last question. It also stated something about the fees and the registration. It stated that if you haven't made the maximum payments that is required, it has something to do with the registration as well. But I learned with the fees, there's a grace period in payments of the fees. You just have to make sure you pay everything before examination. So if you can also find out if this is not related to fees. I've paid my fees though, but maybe the percentage that was expected,
Okay.
if it has something to do with it, then all that. Yes,
Okay.
please.
So I'll send you the contact number if you can
Okay.
call them. Yeah, we have more interaction. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Abdul Aziz.
My question had to do with our student ID.
Okay.
Please, looking at it before you go have access with the internet in the campus. I mean, on campus, mean that you need to have your student ID or identification for verification before they will allow you. So, are we going to be giving student ID?
Yes, student IDs are going to be given to you, but once you're a student and you have registered and you know your student ID number and you know your PIN, you don't need to show your student ID to anybody to have access to Wi-Fi. Once you walk into campus, the Wi-Fi is all over. So anywhere you sit, you are likely to get access to Wi-Fi. So that one, you don't need to show any ID to anyone.
Okay. Now, I mean the student ID. The ID card, the card that we have, the student ID card.
Yes, the cards will be issued, and that will be addressed.
When will it be?
That will be addressed tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Shani. Shani, if you're not ready, then I'll go to Venice.
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Shani, let's see.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Yeah,
Good evening.
so please, I want to clarify this from a question answered from a colleague earlier. She paid the fees 2 weeks ago and she got the final admission letter today. I paid my fees on the 15th of April. That was on Thursday. And I haven't received the formal admission letter. Does the formal admission letter takes time for you to receive depending on the time you pay the fees? So that I'll know when to check in order to avoid the concurrent checking in and then it's not there. Thank you.
Okay. Shani, this will be responded to tomorrow, okay?
Okay, sir. Okay. Very well.
Okay, Venice.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Venice.
I'm sure my question would also fall under the tomorrow bracket, but if you can just note it and then share with management. The fees that was shared on the website at the initial stage and what I got on my provisional letter were the same. But when I got the actual admission letter, the fees had increased. I don't know if it's peculiar to me, and maybe that is why I'm not able to register. Because I also keep getting the pop-up for payment, full payment in fees, because I don't know which one to accept. I called the office, I've spoken to different people, everybody is giving me a different explanation. So I'm a bit confused here. So I don't know if I should rely on the provisional letter and the website or what is showing in the admission letter, then I know whether to do a top-up immediately or not.
Yeah. Okay, so you had different answers from different quarters. Tomorrow you have the main answer. Okay, the school administrator, the dean, the provost, the vice dean of the school of graduate school will be here, so they will respond to that. Rita.
Yes, mine has to do with how to get the PIN to access the official admission letter. How do you get the PIN? Because the student ID is stated in the provisional admission letter. So how do I get the PIN to access the official letter? Thank you.
Okay, so I've noted it. I'll give it to the academic people to handle it tomorrow. So come through tomorrow. It will be answered. Okay, Rita. Nantogma. Yeah, let's go.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have a concern about how students accessing the Wi-Fi. You know, those of us who are northerners, we are far from the campus. Is there no provision for students like us to have access to a Wi-Fi?
Yes, please, the line tripped a bit.
I'm saying that some of that we are far from Accra. Means perspective, I'm speaking from Tamale. And I also like to enjoy the Wi-Fi and other resources available. So I'm asking whether there are provisions available for people like my kind.
Okay. Please, I had a little problem hearing you, so if you can kindly come back.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I was raising a concern. You spoke earlier on concerning how to access the Wi-Fi.
Yes.
On campus and then library and other resources available on campus.
Yes.
And I'm seeing that we have a peculiar problem. I'm speaking from Tamale, you know, the distance is far.
Yes.
And I'm asking whether there are provisions available for people like my kind to have access to those resources.
Okay. Now, fortunately, the dean is online, so the dean will respond to this.
Okay.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that I couldn't join you today. We would answer a lot of the questions that you have and which Kwame keeps passing on. There are a number of those questions I thought Kwame should be answering straightforward because they are straightforward answers. For example, the question about acceptance letter. It is assumed that once you have paid your fees, you have committed to the program, and so that signifies adequate acceptance. But if you still want to send us a letter of acceptance, you can do that. But otherwise, the payment of your fee is adequate consideration for us to say you have accepted to attend the program. My brother from Tamale, I hope Tamale is fine.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, the program is designed for this. This sandwich program is designed to be virtual, and the information that the IT team gave you are usually standard information you would get if you were coming to school physical. But because COVID is still with us, we have switched to virtual programs. And so the issue about data, Wi-Fi, and related stuff, students would have to bear that as part of their program requirement. So those that when you come back to school, to campus, then you would have access to the university Wi-Fi. Currently, because of COVID, we have switched to virtual. I'm sure that there may be a question or questions about whether or not the university will provide data for you to be able to join online. Unfortunately, no, that's not part of the requirement for us. So we are not providing data. There was a question about the nature of the program. Currently, because of the structure of the university's calendar because of COVID, otherwise, sandwich programs are usually run during the day, full day, usually 1 month continuous, in fact, intensive from 7:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. in the evening for 1 month or 1.5 months, depending on the course load. Because of COVID, we are going to do that in 6 weeks, but we will have lectures every evening. And then during the weekend, we will have full bouquet. So Saturday is completely gone for you because your Saturdays have been conscripted into our fold. Sundays, we would allow for some time for church till I think about 12 or thereabout. And then after that, we are conscripting the rest of your Sundays. Unfortunately, we cannot do much about this because the academic calendar for the year is so tight. We had to really struggle with the university for the university to put this slot in here for us. So bear with us. It is COVID that has brought us this far. Bear with us. A couple of you have talked about your fees, that you have paid fees. For example, somebody said he paid his fees and he was wondering what timing of fees it is. Please bear with us. What we're doing is that we are going through a 3-layer process. So when we give you the invitation to treat, you go to the bank, you pay to us, you send us the evidence. And I guess that you have sent us your evidence of payment. We collate those pieces of information, names of those who have sent us evidence of payment, and we take it to School of Graduate Studies. And then they in turn take it to the IT center, where your admissions will be blasted online. So sometimes the process of collation delays a bit. Other times, I guess, for example, if you can, Kwame, allow me to, let me show them an email that I got from our IT center, where they drew my attention to some students whose numbers that were wrong. So if you can see the email trail here. So I just got, because we have sent a list for to be published, to be admitted. That's what we mean by publishing. It has to be, so you can get a text message saying you have been admitted. And then we get the serial numbers here wrongly written. And that is likely to be from us or from the students concerned. So for example, if you gave the wrong serial number to the bank and then you paid and we copied the wrong serial number, then there will be a problem. We will need to resolve it. Or if you sent us a right in the serial number and in our writing, we make a mistake in an attempt to send the information to IT, then they cannot do that. So you see that I have a few of these here that I need to rectify to get the particular students properly admitted. And if you, as you can see, the IT people are going on to admit. So between today and tomorrow, those whose admissions haven't been received would be received. Those who also got back to us late or we delayed in collating the list, I'm sure that between now and tomorrow or shortly after that, you should get your actual admission letter. Somebody asked the question about whether what PIN they have to use to access their admission letter. The PIN you need to use is the PIN you use to do your application. So when you bought the form, you had two pieces of information. The UG number, which is a serial number, and then some long 11 or 12 digit number, which is the PIN. That is the number you need. Those two pieces of information are the information you need to log back into the university's application system to be able to print your admission letter. So if you log in there and your admission has been effected, there will be a link there that says print admission letter. When you click on it, you'll be prompted to put this piece of information there again, and then you can download your admission letter. So don't throw that slip that you bought or the details you got from the bank, which you used to apply. Don't throw it away. It is your passport until you get your admission letter and the PIN on your admission letter to be able to log into the system. If you throw this away, you may have to come back to us for us to see how we can address that problem. So I guess these were the questions that there's a question here from Fred Bejra. Good evening. I have paid my fees within the stipulation, but I have not received my full admission letter with other details. I would like to know how. Okay, so Fred, like I just explained, it's either we haven't received this information go to the department will collate, and then it goes through a lot of processes to get here. If by tomorrow you don't get your admission letter, there is a number that we put on the letter that we gave you. Please call that number and complain so that we will check. We are dealing with over 1,000 students. So sometimes we make there's some oversight. It's not deliberate. We don't intend to make your life difficult. So if you don't get anything, then the mobile number on your phone, please call it. I mean, on your letter, please call it and then put your complaint or if you are already in touch with your secretariat or the secretary to your department, please call them or send a message, and then they would address your concerns. Patrina says, please, I did not receive the invitation for this meeting, even after receiving the admission letter via my email. Can you please advise if it will be okay? So, Patrina, if you are not on your WhatsApp group, then I suspect that that's why you haven't gotten the information. What it is that because currently we are only reaching you through the piece of information that you gave in your form, we have constituted WhatsApp groups from the telephone numbers that we collected from your applications and the email. So we use that to create WhatsApp platforms, and then these WhatsApp platforms are the best ways that we've been able to reach you to send you this piece of information. So if you do not have that, kindly check with the telephone number that is shown on your admission letter and call the person. It's the secretariat that handles this program, so they will be able to help you. There are also questions: how can I join the WhatsApp group? How can I join the WhatsApp group? Please get in touch with that number, and then they will put you on the WhatsApp platform. I think these are Dogwe, the question about fee increase. As far as I know, there hasn't been any fee increase. So if there are differences in the fee that we gave you and what you got on the admission letter, the only thing that could explain that will be two things, or the only things that could explain this will be probably two things. One, either GRASAC dues is being smuggled in somewhere, or that it is an error which will be corrected. So if you have paid your 8410, if you have paid your 8410, and if you are doing, I think for all of you, it's 8410. If you have paid your 8410, you are fine. And so that should not be a problem. If you have not been able to register, the registration is just opening today. So be careful not to give yourself stress already. Give yourself between now and when lectures start, registration will be fine. Somebody says, we still can't register after 50% payment of fees. Have you got your, Emmanuel, did you get your admission letter? If you got your admission letter, note that registration is just opening. So if you got your formal admission letter, the registration is just opening. If you try and it didn't work, just hold on. It will be sorted out. You'll be sorted out. Your fees, once you have paid your fees, somebody says you paid 50% of the fees, we require you to pay all the 100%. If you have any peculiar problem, it is not about the fees. If you haven't paid any fee at all, you will not be able to register. So those are the 26th April is when lectures will start. So please know between now and then, you should be fine. The IT people have put an IT Google's report form on the platform here. If you have any challenge, please, you can report it there. Provide all your contact details so we can reach you. Please, it's examination going to be virtual as well or in person. So the university's position at the beginning of this academic semester was that lectures will be virtual, exams will be physical. So that position was until we varied it slightly, where we varied it to say lecturers could decide what they wanted to do. Now, a lot of lecturers are deciding to do physical because of the peculiar challenge that we have faced with students, where students tend to want to cheat. So a lot of lecturers are resorting to doing physical exam. Jackson, that is the current situation. I gave my students a virtual exam, but they came complaining and crying that the exam was too difficult because I wanted to make it difficult for people to cheat. So please, those of us yet to receive our admission letters, please, any help for us regarding the registration deadline? No, you'll be fine. You'll get your admission letter. You'll be able to register. Registration takes just a few minutes. So don't be set. don't let your heart be troubled. There are many mansions in my father's house, so everybody will be sorted out. Don't panic. We have gone through this before, and everybody has been sorted. So please don't panic. If you try something and it doesn't succeed on the first occasion, don't panic. Just give time, and then we'll get back to you. I've applied last week, and I haven't received the provisional admission letter, so I haven't paid the fees. I got the orientation information from a friend. If you applied last week, Josephine, you should be getting your admission letter soon. I have signed some admission letters this afternoon. So colleagues, the offices are still pulling the information from the application portal and preparing them. So some of you who haven't received your admission letters, you will receive them. Can you please address the number 14 on the admission letter about accepting the offer? Yes, I said that. Metu, I said that once you have paid your fees, it's almost like the acceptance, and therefore you do not necessarily need to write any acceptance letter. I guess that is what you are referring to. Please, Prof, please, the proof of registration, are we supposed to print to bring it in person, or we email it? Proof of registration or proof of payment of fees. Is it Emmanuel Ochri? Please clarify. Proof when you register, no, you send it by email. If you pay your fees, there's an email on that letter. Email it to the email addresses we provided on the letter, and you should be fine after that. The secretaries are picking that pieces of information, and that is what we generate the list to admit from. Please, it's 6 weeks of teaching or 3 weeks. It's 6 weeks of teaching. 6 weeks of teaching. We would do lectures in the evenings and on weekends. 6 weeks of teaching. And before exam, please add the test on the student Sakai training mandatory. I'm not too sure about the IT people answer Sakai related stuff. Please, a colleague would like to join the program. Is it too late? Yes, it's too late. The admission process is over. When you join, you didn't inform your friend. So unfortunately, your friend can't enter now because the system is, I think the system is closed. I'll still find out though. So tomorrow when we come, let me know if this, I'll find out from the IT people whether they have switched off the system or it's still there. Fred, another person had admission to MSc nursing, but would rather prefer to do CLAM. Is it possible to switch? Oh no, it's going to be very difficult. I'm not too sure about this. I'm not too sure about this, Fred. Talk to your people to see if they will refund your money, and if they will, then. But otherwise, we can talk to the graduate school to see if they can switch admissions. So let me take notes on this. Switch admissions from nursing to CLAM. Okay, so I'll find out that. Zachariah, I paid the fees as stated in my provisional admission after provision increased by. Zachariah, I just made a point about admission fees. So if there's any difference, you have paid 84.10, please be settled. If there's any increase, but I'm not sure there was any increase, so it could be an error. So don't be troubled. We would rectify that. Vida says on the issue of medicals, how and when don't trouble yourself. The university will get to you when you have to do medicals. The medical exam that we require as a university is usually because we receive students in residence, and so we want to be sure that you are healthy to stay in the same room with other people. For a lot of our graduate students who don't come in residence, usually we have not been required to do medical exam for them. But if any medical exam will be done, the university will contact you and invite you and give you a slot on when you should come. So don't be troubled. The letter you have is a standard letter. Would the payment of 60% of fee enable me to start registration? Yet to receive any official letter after. I don't know when you paid, but those of you who paid in the few couple of days, as I said, there are processes we go through. So sometimes you would have a few days of lag between when you paid and when you get your admission letter. But if you do not, up to tomorrow, you can call the telephone number on your admission letter, the provisional admission letter we gave you. Kezia says, please, is there provision for essential permit for those who want to be on campus? Yes, if you want to be on campus, there is, you can come and look for a hostel. There are hostel facilities, either private hostels. Those of you who know Legon or Accra towards the Atomic Junction Road, there are private hostels there. The main campus hostels, I am not sure whether there is still space, but the last time that we got the information, all the new hostels, those of you who know Legon, towards Noguchi Memorial Center for Medical Research, they had indicated that there were still rooms, so you could get a room there if you want to live on campus. In fact, if you live on campus, probably those of you who have opportunity to take your leave, that would be great. If you have paid only 60% or half of your fee, we will require you to finish paying before exam starts. Otherwise, you are unable to write your exam. You cannot take the fee into another semester. So if you are those of you who are lucky and you have paid your 100% fee, hooray. If you have paid 60%, which is the minimum we require, or 50% if you have a special dispensation, you have to finish paying the fees before the end of the semester. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to write your exam. So please take note of that. What happens after Sunday, June 20th, 2021, when the semester ends? What happens is that, Jackson, when your semester ends and you have finished your exams, you will go and return no more until next semester. Now, we are not too sure yet when next semester will be. Next semester is always the inter-semester break between first semester and second semester. So as we talk now, the first semester for regular master students has ended. So they are writing their exam. That's why you are going to start yours in between that. And you would vacate before the regular students' next second semester begins. So when the university releases the academic semester, the calendar for next academic year, which is likely to start either in December or January, then the inter-semester break will be when you will come back. And once the calendar comes out, you will know this ahead of time, so you can prepare your leave if you need to take leave to come. Shaibu, okay, thanks very much, Shaibu. And then we have Francis. Francis says, thanks for the clarification, very helpful. While there is no doubt about COVID disruptions, I'm wondering why adults like us cannot be permitted to have in-person studies while primary and secondary pupils are attending classes in person. That fiscal benefit is very important. Francis, there are a number of reasons why we stuck to this. The first reason was that the university as a whole took the decision, and this decision was made by academic board. The university took a decision that because we are not too sure about and this was before January, take note, this was before January. The university wasn't sure how things were going to go. And then the second wave for us came. January was very tough. A lot of people died. So the university has been very scared in wanting to bring, don't forget, the University of Ghana, we have 65,000 students if you put everybody together. So the fear was, do you want to bring these numbers of students on campus when in fact we are not sure how COVID is going to go? As we go gradually, it is looking very clearer and perhaps a bit safer now to think about the proposal or the question that you're asking. But the university's policy had been already that we're going to do this academic year virtually. For you people, I can probably guess that towards your second semester, we should be in position to bring you in person to the lecture hall. I know what the value of that is. It's significantly important, but the reality is that, and the second reason why we have kept this is that because of the disruptions, many people have taken their leave already. So if we were going to ask people to take leave and come here and stay and do physical, we were going to lose a significant number of people who cannot secure leave because COVID disrupted the processes. So for the purposes of ensuring that we are able to meet all needs, we thought that this was the most appropriate way to go for this year. Are we paying for the semester? Are we paying for the semester, or this is No. Seth, what you have paid is for a semester. The fees you have paid is for one semester. So next semester when you come and pay. So you read your letter where we say first semester admission fees. School fees. So please, what you have paid is for one semester. Next semester, that will be in a year's time or so. Because we are compulsory leave dates because Annie, it's difficult to, you say we have compulsory leave days because of COVID. Yes, we had compulsory leave days. People took their leaves because they were forced to take leave, and now people don't have leave. So if you ask people to come, it's going to be difficult. Prof, some of us signed up because it's virtual. Great. So you see, so some people are joining because it's virtual. So you see how the difficulty that I have. But in the end, we will be able to meet everybody's needs. We are grateful to the organizers for introducing this online platform. It is really helpful in the COVID era. I wish Sandwich graduate program will resort to virtual methods. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that tomorrow, yes, can you use your MSc to do PhD? Certainly, set. This is an accredited standard PhD, MSc program. It's equivalent to what we do for regular programs. So you don't lose anything, and it's recognized. And there are people who have proceeded to do PhD using Sandwich degrees. Note that when you get your certificate, it will not say that it is Sandwich. It doesn't say on your certificate that it's Sandwich. It says MSc Clamp, MSc this, MSc that. That's all. So I think that we should end here so we can continue tomorrow at 6:33 by my clock. My IT guys were, so this was supposed to be IT orientation. So let me not hijack it and not, you say you are already eager to stay here forever. You see how those of you who went to Nyama universities before coming to Legon, Legon is a different class. We give you the best. And as Dean, I am proud to have you, really, really proud to have you because you are the best in Ghana. Tomorrow I'll meet you again and we can have a very lovely opportunity to chat. If you are around Legon and you like tea, pass by my office and tell my secretary that I promise you to come and take tea. I will give you tea, different assortment of tea. UG is the best. Thank you very much and have a blessed evening. Tea without biscuit. I beg you. I don't want trouble. Don't take me to the EC court. I'm just giving you tea. When you come, bring your biscuit in your pocket and come and use it to combine my tea. Thank you.
Professor, you come. Sorry, you host what you know, no cracker. Can you host to us?